All right. Well, wow.
Oh yeah,
Okay. So I'm here, of course, with Dr. Hoji, Dr. Kasmoji.
yeah,
We are on one computer.
yeah.
It's
One house, one
yeah,
house.
one house, and we're just trying to process what just happened. So the Cincinnati Bengals, who have shown this ability all year, they have shown the explosiveness. They have shown the ability to, Jamar Chase can torch any
Oh
defense.
yeah,
Joe Burrow can face any situation,
oh yeah.
and
Verified goat, verified
verified
goat
good,
status. Yeah,
verified
yeah,
good
yeah.
status, and they did it. They put it all together against arguably the best team in the league, the best team in the AFC
Well,
for sure.
second best now.
Second
Yeah.
best now. Yeah, I mean we're only one game behind them.
Well, no, we won. We beat them, so that means
We're better. I
records
mean,
aside,
you
yeah,
imagine,
we're
yeah,
better.
imagine this was a playoff game because it had that kind of vibe. I mean, we were right there
Yeah,
and we pulled it off in the end. It could have gone either way. The game, back and forth
yeah.
game, fine.
From behind, from behind. I mean, early on, they were 14. It was a 14-0 game, and
Right.
the boys never lost hope.
No. And really it felt like, you know, Jamar Chase he had 266 yards. I think he could have easily topped 300 if we needed him to, with the way that he was unguardable, and he had three touchdowns, and he almost had four.
And they knew every time they knew that Burrow was going to chase, and they still could do nothing about
They
it.
Yeah, they
They
could do
still
nothing.
could do nothing
Yeah.
about it. It's like when the Terminator walks through walls.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Right. Right. And I mean, I'm trying to
So the first of all, I'm glad we watched this game together. I came to Daddy-O's house despite the fact that he does not pay for basic cable. He does not even have an antenna. We were just watching the game on my laptop. But I'm
Right.
glad that we were watching it together because it's such an emotional game. The only reaction that I saw that really captured what the game meant for all of us was Zac Taylor after the win, because this really is his win. He has had
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
detractors. He has
Yeah.
had a lot of detractors. He had a lot of
Yeah.
people saying that he can't do it. This team's not real.
Yeah.
He's not real. He's just
Yeah.
a QB coach. And
Yeah.
people have said that to me too.
Yeah.
So
Like our show.
like our
Our
show,
show. No one can take our show
no, they
serious
say okay,
until this game.
right,
This game changed
right,
it all.
right.
He's saying I could
I
never
could
take your
never,
show
but now,
channel serious before,
but now,
but now,
I
thank
can.
you, Chris, for that.
Thank you, Chris
And
Berrien.
and I
Remember
assume
to Patreon us.
I assume he became a paid member after that comment, or he's doing the super chat. You
Yeah.
can do the super chat,
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
He did the free one, which means we charge him later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
But so you see Zac Taylor's reaction to the
well,
game.
let us watch that reaction.
Watch the reaction to the
So
game.
so let us watch this
Yeah,
reaction.
just
So far he's just said, just
He is so overwhelmed by
he's
emotion.
overwhelmed.
He is
So
so overwhelmed
let's-
by emotion. He can't say anything.
yeah,
The words
he said
cannot
just
come out.
and then cry. He said, I just cried.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, he's shaking his head,
really proud.
really proud.
Why is this moment so emotional for you?
Well, I think you guys have just sat in here and seen what we've been through,
Like our show.
Yeah, I cry every time we have this show.
Yeah.
I cry. I read the comment
Yeah.
section and I cry.
I look
cry.
at the
But-
monetize, and it's just nothing what I expect.
But in all seriousness, this man,
Yeah.
this was I think it was Nicole from Twitter.
Yeah.
What's her name? The one that
Right.
fan of the show,
Right.
been on the show.
Zembrot.
She was the one who tweeted. This was supposed to be a second year of rebuild,
Yeah.
but this is not second year.
No.
This is a second year of Who Day.
Yeah.
How that
Oh
happened?
yeah. I mean,
How that
really, I
happened?
mean, you look at last year, what we were missing was some of the defensive parts that
Oh,
we
yeah.
have this year.
Yeah,
Look at the
the
cornerbacks
DJs,
and
the
the
readers.
well, we had DJ last, but I mean, this year we added Trey Hendrickson. We have the
Trey.
pass rush. We didn't have a pass rush
No.
last year. We added the corners. We added three corners.
Yeah.
Of Uzier,
Oh, yeah.
and Apple
Apple.
and Mike Hilton.
Yeah.
So you have three cornerbacks, three competent, very good cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And you have a great pass rusher, and the linebackers are a little more seasoned. And now we're seeing that Joe Burrow, his game, when he goes out there, like I said to Hoji, after Joe Burrow threw that
Yeah.
first touchdown
Yeah.
pass to Chase, I mean, we could give credit both. They're both fantastic, and Chase
Yeah.
made an amazing play.
Yeah.
We can watch that, but it was like the defense was energized by that.
Energized,
Yes, they were giving
on
up
fire.
points, but they were right there. They knew that the whole team felt the energy that they're not going to lose that
But
game.
this is the thing: a star-driven team does not win like this. This is
Yeah.
a coached team.
Yeah.
That was Lou Anaromo's beautiful, strategically designed. I mean, how the defense? How do you contain someone like Mahomes?
Yeah.
And they didn't contain Mahomes. There
No.
were times when Mahomes was tearing them up, but
Yeah.
they kept coming back. They kept
Right.
coming back. You saw them. They would make the stops at
Yeah.
important play.
The
And
stops.
that's Lou Anaromo
Mhm.
and Zac Taylor
Well-
and Callahan.
Well, let's be clear. I mean, the defense didn't have a great game. I mean, they're playing an explosive offense, but they still gave up 31 points, 155 yards rushing. I don't think they had any turnovers. They didn't create any turnovers.
No, well, you almost had Eli Apple, who, by the way,
But I
think
mean,
we
zero
gotta-
sacks. By
we
the way,
gotta
zero
call him
sacks.
Orange Delicious.
No,
We
I
gotta
mean,
call him Orange Delicious.
Apple had two fantastic plays.
Orange
One of them,
Delicious
he was called,
almost had an interception.
Yeah. and he was called for that hold, which was very ticky tack. Tony Romo
Ticky-tack.
pointed it out.
Not
But
right.
look, let us look at the play that sent a message that we came to play too.
Yeah.
And that was the first.
Got an open target. It's Chase at the 40. Look at that move. Look at Chase.
Okay, listen. So Joe Burrow step back, and it looks like he's just got he's got Jamar Chase catches it. I mean, it's like maybe like
looks like
12.
a normal first down
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
He gets slide.
What does he do? He does a little juke. He evades number 54,
Target. It's Chase.
and then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know 8. I don't know how to count, but it's a lot. 6
Defenders.
defenders.
You got one
around him.
blocker. You got one blocker.
6 guys.
40. Look at that.
What does he do? He just beats them. He beats them to the open.
Look at Chase go. Oh my
This is a man. This is a man who has eaten his veggies.
Right.
goodness. What a game.
He has to go to the bathroom very clearly.
He just found Chase for the touchdown. Wow. Chase is on the case.
It's the explosiveness. It's
Yeah.
the speed, and
Yeah.
it's you know what it is. It is the drive.
Is the drive.
This team has a drive.
Yeah. I mean that. So
I
that
haven't
was,
seen this before. I told Daddy after this game, and I
Yeah.
tweeted it out. I
Yeah.
said, "This
This.
is the best Bengals game of my lifetime."
I mean, it did
Of
feel
my
like that. It
lifetime.
did. I thought that the Ravens game was the breakthrough game, and that was amazing. It showed our talent. It showed our talent of the first Ravens
Yeah.
blowout because
Oh,
there
yeah.
are so many Ravens blowouts. You lose
This
track.
is-
A lot of
yeah,
people
two.
don't know which one we're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like
You have
Rambo 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Ravens game was like, wow, we are really talented.
We are.
This game was like, hey, you know what? There's the pressure.
Right.
It's the big game. It's the last week of the season. We, playoff is up in the air.
Yeah.
And we delivered.
We delivered.
And there's a big Jamar Chase. I mean, we can show another clip of
Sure.
Jamar Chase. So
third and 4. You got a 3rd and 4 situation.
right.
And so lots on the line.
Lots on the line.
Every third down this game was so tense.
Yeah.
People were sweating. People were having to go to the bathroom multiple times.
Yeah.
Because every third down was so fraught.
Yeah.
And so you have to remember, there's a third down situation now. We got they do the set huck, and you wanna play.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So they-
you do the huck,
It's Joe.
and he is sneak by so many.
Wide open. It's Chase. Chase. There is no Chase. It's a touchdown.
I mean, you just it's one of
Touchdown.
those things. It's like when Randy Moss or these guys got wide open. You're like, how? It's like they have frustrated
Yeah.
these corners
Flustered.
to the point where they don't. He's in their head. I mean, I saw 3 plays where the Kansas City defender was like, I held, yes, I
Yeah,
held.
yeah.
One that was
He
at the
would
end of the
clap.
game.
Yeah.
Chase should have had that 4th touchdown.
Right.
They had the whole. It's like every time they're like, yeah, what else you gonna do with this guy? I held. I admit.
Yeah.
You know.
And there was one time, and I don't think you have this play when Chase caught some.
He scored a touchdown.
The-
Well, he
the-
didn't catch it with his toes. He
caught it. Well, he's
yeah.
got a tippy fingers.
Tippy,
and
yeah.
he-
Yeah,
Now,
there's a lot of tippy.
watch-
Put it up. Chase has it.
that one. It's not
They
that.
got the
Touchdown you're
It's
talking
there was one and the defender basically throws up his hands. What do I do with this guy?
Right,
How do I
right,
cover this
right,
guy?
right,
Right? It's
right.
like, Mama, I want to quit this game. He's like,
Yeah.
no, son, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
You because you're a chief.
Yeah.
So I gotta say that this was really I think the game that's going to change the narrative about the Bengals in
Yeah.
the NFL is
Yeah.
the game that's going to change the narrative about Zac Taylor.
And this show, and I want to talk about this show a little bit
Yeah.
because this show is the #1 Bengals podcast,
Oh, yeah.
and now for the first time since we started the show, you have the #1 Bengals AFC North. They're the #1 in the
Yeah.
AFC
So
North.
two number ones, the number ones have aligned the way
Right.
Mars and Jupiter sometimes align.
Right,
And when
right,
this happen, great things happen.
Right.
So, and also I got to say, when I came over Daddy's house, when you come over Daddy's house, it's different than when you come over someone else's house,
Right.
because you have to bring your own food. I
Yeah.
have prepared for us a celebratory. I didn't know we were going to win, but I thought we were going to win. I prepared a celebratory vegan turkey dinner. We got
wow.
a big vegan turkey
Big,
in the
big,
oven.
yeah.
You can smell it right now. It's going to be a celebratory dinner that I prepared for us here
Yeah.
at his house.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. And so a lot of things you could have picked, right?
Yeah.
There was one thing, whatever there's Bengals picks. Everybody should go to Bengals picks. I love the Bengals picks.
Yeah, you got to pick them.
You go to bengalspicks.app.link/e/DHS and you pick, they ask like, is Jamar Chase going to have a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, 150 yards, whatever.
500 yards.
You pick whatever you want to pick for Jamar Chase, you always take the over because this guy is breaking records left and right and we love it.
And let's not forget the other guys. I mean, Mixon was
Yeah.
bulldozing through.
Yeah.
Of course, Burrow, and I hope he's okay. That last hit of the game, it left a lot of us with bad feelings because a lot of people don't. This really, Burrow should be Rookie of the Year this year,
right?
Because his year was cut short last year.
He should be MVP.
So this is
he should be MVP.
He should be MVP. He should be Rookie of the Year.
He should also Comeback Player of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year.
And he should also be Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year.
No, Zac
no,
Taylor
Joe Burrow.
No, see, that's what I don't agree with.
Well,
I think it's time for people to come to bat and say, look.
Okay.
I admit
we're running out of time.
I acquiesce.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
Zac Taylor is the real deal. This is the coach the Bengals needed.
He's doing great.
He's
doing great. He's doing great.
It's his win.
Yeah.
It's his win.
Jamar Chase.
They were outcoached.
Yeah,
the Chiefs were outcoached, and you know that when you win a game by a field goal in a few seconds, in a matter of seconds, that's how you know you've been outcoached. You've been game clocked.
Yeah, and Ceiling Cat just pointed out it was Zac Taylor's first fourth quarter comeback. And here's the thing. We love having Ceiling Cat on the show. Razmataz was on there. Razmataz, big super chat donor. I love the super chat.
I love the super chat.
And he gives a lot of super chats. Ceiling Cat. Speaking of Cat, another super chat donor, Rick Holly, who has his own tier of members. So we have the. Let's just be clear. We have
super fan.
We have the paid members of the show, and we have a new paid member whose name I'll bring to you very soon, but. And Rick Holly is.
Let me talk to you a little about Rick Holly. I want to talk to you a little about Rick Holly because Rick Holly is one of those rare fans of the show who watches every single time we stream.
Yeah,
he has. I mean, there's a few other fans like this, but this guy, he loves our show. And you know what else he loves? He's got this precious cat Tiger.
Yeah,
this chonkers beautiful cat
Tiger. Yeah,
Tiger's got to be the new mascot.
Well, let us show Tiger. Let us show. Everybody wants to see Tiger. So here's some action shots.
Now, if you're listening and not watching, I'll describe. This is what you call a furry sensation. It's a cat saying hug me.
So Tiger, I want to explain. Tiger was diabetic.
Yeah,
he started watching the show and the Bengals.
Yes.
And he listened to a lot of advice on the show.
Yeah.
He saw the Bengals were losing.
Yeah.
He decided to get himself. Tiger is a metaphor for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right.
Cincinnati Bengals were diabetic. They were
learning
overweight.
from us.
They had bad habits.
We said get rid of Dalton.
Right.
Gotta move on.
And now look at Tiger. Look at the Bengals.
Look at that precious.
Look at Tiger working out. Working out on the treadmill. Is that the treadmill?
Treadmill's not running. He's not running, but Tiger is really, he's at least working out his soul. And look at those eyes.
Yeah, look at the eyes.
To speak wisdom.
And this is Rick Holly's cat.
Yeah.
And Rick Holly has given us thousands of dollars to keep the show running.
Yeah.
We also have other members on the show. We have Natty Jungle, who's been in the Trey Hendricks.
I remember Natty Jungle.
$10 a month. He's supporting the show. And we have Firocho Cinco, who I have not mentioned yet. He's a big donor, Von Bell tier, and Kentucky Ron is the Von Bell tier.
Representing all the Kentucky Bengals fans, of which there are many in Northern Kentucky and the great.
And you know who else is representing the Kentucky Bengals fans?
Who's that?
Not John Sheeran, but John Sheeran is here.
Oh.
Yeah, we're adding John Sheeran to the show.
The number one John Sheeran. You are the best John Sheeran this side of the Mississippi.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. He is the best Ohio John Sheeran that we have. John, how are you doing? Oh, we can't hear John Sheeran.
Hold on, John Sheeran.
So we cannot hear you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It is probably our fault. No, it is your fault.
No, it is my fault. Let's be honest.
John.
Boys.
What is going on?
That was something.
John. From the heart.
Yeah.
Tell us how you feel. Tell us. It's heart time. It's not brain time. It's heart time.
Well, I'll ask you guys this, but like, how do you? When I saw them take the field with like 6 minutes to go, like in your mind, you're thinking, okay, they need to just kill as much clock as possible. And they ran into some speed bumps in doing so, right? 2nd and 27, they take a shot play to T. Higgins down the left sideline, incomplete. 3rd and 27. Now you got to understand the situation here. Like the game is tied. You have like maybe 2.5, 3 minutes to go. They could easily play for a field goal there and just rely on the defense who have been playing well up until that point in the second half to limit Mahomes for just a field goal. But they take another shot play to Jamar Chase. His like 6th or like 11th grab of the game, gets 266 yards from that, and they get the first down. At that moment, that was like that is Zac Taylor just stuffing his junk in the entire Bengals fan base for anyone who doubted him, or anyone who didn't say that he was an aggressive head coach. And then to double down, going for 4th down on inches when he could have easily just kicked the field goal.
That was the balls. Yes, that was so ballsy, and it paid off so big.
John, I mean, here's the thing. Like, we are the new Chiefs. It is basically, we are the greatest show on turf. We are that next offense where it's
They're
like,
next up.
Why not? Yeah. Just go. Just attack.
John, let me ask you a question. You started watching this game. Didn't you sense that the Chiefs were playing scared? I did.
No, because their offense was playing pretty damn well. They scored 28 points in the first half. So
it seemed
their defense, John. How many times did we see them? We talked about this before.
Oh, for sure.
How many times did they admitted to holding? They just said, "Yeah, I did it." That is the biggest sign.
That's not what he was admitting.
What was
whoever that was? I think it was Fenton.
Yeah.
No, it was Fenton who was like he always thought it was like against the offense or whatever, and it never was in that case.
3-4 times where they raised their hand or whatever.
I mean, that looked like the Chiefs' defense of the first half of the season, not of the last 8 games. And I was wondering, is playing out of Arrowhead Stadium going to impact that defense? I mean, they've played a lot in the last 8 weeks at home, and they have a huge advantage at home, and now they may not be able to play at home in the playoffs. This was insane. Yeah. It was such a statement. It was a statement game for this offense, because last week they went through the entire charades of are they legit? Are they valid up against that terrible Ravens secondary? And it was fair criticism. They had a chance this week to go up against a really good defense, and the Chiefs still have a really good defense. That defensive line is still really good, and their secondary could have played better, but they went out and just aired it out, and they out Mahomes. It's hard to do.
John, last week, Joe Burrow, who everybody says he has a weak arm, throws 525 yards. Like you said, practice a squad, blah, 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 right? This week, he goes out against a defense that was on fire, allowing 9 points, 10 points, and he threw 446 yards. And John, he was not finished. No. If that game kept going on,
it was an appetite.
The big plays were coming faster and faster. Yeah. We had started out slow. Yeah, we started out slow. That one sack on the first drive, I said to Oji, as if it wasn't for that sack, this game would have been different. Like the start to the game, when we looked like we were losing, I was like, if he didn't get that one sack, they were ready. They were ready to attack. Yeah. And once they figured it out, once Joe Burrow, like I said, once he gets that feel for how to use, the how to kind of navigate the pass rush, once he gets that down, he's all over the place.
Yeah, man. The offense line still has struggles, right? I mean, you have Quinn.
Yeah, best year in franchise.
Is he okay? Is he okay? Is Joe Burrow okay?
Yes, he's fine. Yeah,
what happened?
Apparently, all right. Against the Chargers, I think on one of the hits or sacks, he injured his knee initially. He kind of played through that. We didn't even know about this injury, and he said he re-aggravated that injury that he's been dealing with for a couple of weeks now. It's not his surgically repaired knee; it's his other knee, I believe, that was giving him trouble. And I think it just became sore after this game. He was hit at least 10 times in this game. I think he was only sacked maybe 4 or 5 times, but he was hit. He was pressured. Offensive line did not play well.
No.
Our pass rush wasn't that good.
It was ugly. I mean, a lot of Burrow's best throws came if it were a millisecond later, he would have been on the ground.
Yeah, but John, I mean, if this was like, I'm trying to imagine this was like a playoff game, the vibe. And we showed our weaknesses, but our strengths were so hard for the other team to overcome. It was like, when Jamar Chase gets in that groove, when he gets a feel for, the defense, how to kind of, what happened on that wide open touchdown, John? I mean, that was like, I mean, we're talking about Jamar Chase who had a 72-yard touchdown, and then John.
This is great quality right here.
Chase, there is no Chase.
Couldn't even see the play, man. No,
you can't see the play.
No, I saw the end of the play. I didn't see the part that you were referencing to.
You
It
have
looked like
it on?
Sorensen. Yeah, you see the safety on Chase's side doesn't get deep enough, and for whatever reason, it feels like he's coming off over the middle instead of up top.
Yeah. Are they just bad? I mean, they've
No.
been so good this
No.
year, the Chiefs
No,
defense.
the
So it
Chiefs
looks
were
like it's
great.
just
I mean,
incompetent.
the Chiefs were great because the Bengals really were struggling. We can't forget that, halftime, when by the time at the half, this was a team that was behind. This was a team that our team was behind the whole time. The Bengals were behind. But the point is, this is what gets me about the Bengals. They can always pull it through. They got this grit now. They've got this optimism now.
Yeah.
It's Zac Taylor that's giving them that.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to watch this team.
It
I
is.
expect them to win now.
Yeah.
And that's a new thing for me.
I mean, everybody has different expectations. Coming to this win, I thought the Bengals would go 15-2, and they didn't, but they look like a 15-2 team now. So I'm going to take that. Other people have, I mean, look, they're hitting their stride at the right time. Other people, their expectations are things like, why don't you sign up for Bengals picks? Go sign for Bengals picks, and we showed that where you can do that right here. You can go to bengalspicks.app.link/e/dhs. People are saying, hey, I'm sick of the puppets. I'm sick of the comedy. I'm sick of all that kind of stuff.
But our fans are not saying that.
Yeah.
What happens is there are people who happen upon this show who love the Bengals, and they say, oh, what am I watching here? Why? No offense, John. Why does this John guy have this accent? They keep talking about the accents. He's got the and why? What is up? And so then what happens is they keep watching and they become fans. That's usually what I've noticed. Yeah. They become huge fans.
But if I said, John, if you go to Bengals picks, you can pick whatever you pick about Jamar Chase is going to be right. Just always take the highest number possible, and they're going to be right about Jamar
Well, now
Chase.
It's going to be like 300. Now it's going to be like 3,000 yards in the game, and it's going to be something completely unreachable. They're trying to go against him now.
Yeah.
So he's getting 500. Got to be careful.
It's crazy. Yeah, but there's that, and we have new members, and we have a lot of people. We talked about Rick Hawley. I don't know, John, if you saw Rick Hawley's cat. Is a metaphor for the Bengals.
Oh,
he got in shape. He got rid of his diabetes. Yeah, he overcame his diabetes the way the Bengals have overcome the diabetes of their front office.
Right.
Is it the treadmill? Doesn't look like he's putting in the work on that treadmill though. He needs to get better at that.
No, this shows that he worked so hard on the treadmill. He had to lie down afterwards.
He's resting.
So this is Rick Hawley's cat, Tiger, metaphor for the Cincinnati Bengals. John, any final comments?
I just think that going into this game, it was a statement game in multiple aspects of it, not just of the entire persona of the Bengals franchise, but I think just like you said, the strength of this team largely have been attributed to going up against some favorable competitions. There was something about Burrow is facing like the easiest strength of schedule of past defenses this year, and maybe his production and his play has been overrated. Again, I don't think that you can discredit the Chiefs defense. They have been playing lights out entering this week, and the Bengals put on basically the same show that they did last week against a terrible Ravens team. I think not only obviously clinching the division, having a home playoff game is huge, but I think just beating the Chiefs like this, outplaying the Chiefs in their own game, I think is such a crucial statement to the rest of the league where not only Bengals fans can feel differently about this team, but everyone in the NFL can too.
John, we beat the Denver Broncos at their game That's what I loved about that. We can do the ugly, we can do the beautiful.
Yeah,
we can play.
We can.
In all likelihood, teams like the Broncos aren't going to be in the playoffs, and I mean, you have to be able to win like this more often than not.
Well, this is a team that's been adjusting with every team they've played.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like Mixon didn't have the biggest game, but we have those games where we rely on Mixon. We can do it. Yeah, it's beautiful. So look, we are going to be back next week for the preview of the Bengals' final game against the Cleveland Browns, who we had a terrible matchup
That's a big game. That's a big game.
We have to show we've adjusted. We have to show that we can stop the run.
Yeah, they hurt our feelings last time.
They did. Yeah. So we will see everybody then. Don't forget to subscribe and
put the comment. I mentioned.
You're goddamn right, Raz. And I'm going to pick the Browns next week too.
Yeah, John is very superstitious.
Don't tempt John. So here's the thing: we talked about how we're going to celebrate with our vegan turkey. How are you celebrating this win? Please put it in the YouTube comments.
Yeah,
how are you celebrating the win?
And also remember to subscribe. Remember to leave a comment, and turn on notifications. And go to the #1 Bengals podcast, #1 in the AFC North. our name finally makes sense. The Bengals are number one. Our podcast number one. Thank you, John Sheeran, for John Sheeran and Dr. Electric Smoji. I'll see you next time. So long, SVT.